This is an extract from our AHK Hero Club. We have calls 3 times a week. Please like the video if you learned something. Happy Friday.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
I just got a notify that said that in an hour. I wonder where that came from.
I didn't see it. Did you? I saw the right one happened an hour ago, but I didn't look at the last one.
No, this was a AutoHotkey notify message, not a hero message. And I didn't think I had the tool turned on that reminded me. So
Right.
it's gone now. So I don't know where.
No worries.
Yeah.
So
It doesn't hurt too. It doesn't hurt too bad.
Yeah. Well, it's funny when you're developing stuff. It is kind of annoying, right? Of like, well, wait a minute, what's going on?
Right.
I usually wait for the second time. If it happens again, then I'm like, okay, all right, I need to go look at this.
Right. I restart the computer.
Right. Yeah, that's awesome, Bobby. That's the first thing you should do.
I noticed on your list of things to talk about was Mythos Fable 5.
Yeah.
You know that I used it earlier in the week and it was very expensive.
Yeah.
But, well, I don't know. It said that it cost me $46, but I don't recall. I'm on the $20 plan and I don't recall it billing me.
I'd go take a look to make sure, but here's the thing. It is really expensive, right? Like it's double the rate of Opus, and it eats a crazy amount of tokens. And right now, go ahead.
I can't tell. I couldn't tell that it did anything different. I thought maybe it would operate without talking to me, and it just continued to poke me with nag, 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 nag.
Yeah. Well, it is supposed to. Apparently, if you give it a lot of instructions, it can work for hours, is what I've read. Like they say, yeah, that's true. But if you don't give it a ton of stuff to be clear on, and actually, I don't know if I think I said it in the chat. When this isn't with Mythos, but with Claude, I was doing some stuff, and I said, hey, I'm going to go take a nap. Do what you can. And it replied like, okay, I understand you're going to be away for a while. I'll stop bugging you and I'll just move forward assuming I know what you want. And I'm like, wow, that's awesome. But no, it is quite a capable model. Really, I've been so impressed with its abilities. Almost every time, if I get stuck and I go back and I use our Ask Guru tool to go to Open Router, and I tell it now. I've actually this morning I said always include Fable 5 in my review instead of before I was just adding it one off. And every time either the other models happen to get it right, but usually it'll say Fable 5 was the only one that really saw it really got it right. And yeah, every time I do that, Connie, here's the important thing, right? When I'm using it to either come up with the plan or to debug a situation and figure out an approach, it's been costing me like 22 cents, right? Because I'm not having it do all the work, right? I just get it.
Okay.
It's like Isaias is here. I would pick Isaias's brain, but I don't pay him for working for hours and hours, right? So he can do in a few minutes, which is really great having access to this really super smart person. But they don't have to do the work, right? You can switch the models back to have Opus or Sonnet, probably for the most part, can follow their directions.
So we can borrow the insight and let other AI models to work on that insight.
Right.
That's cool.
That's exactly how I've been using it. Yeah.
That actually is one way how I was trying to use them. So basically, as I'm using mostly VS Code and I already had a subscription, I'm using Codex instead of other like Clauders or other modules, because then I would have to have multiple subscriptions. And I would do the same. I would pick the highest model, like GPT 5.4 or GPT 5.5, to generate a plan that has, and I would make sure I say a detailed plan, right? And usually even ask it to generate files, like give me an architecture description, okay? So the architecture of the software, or give me the specifications of the program, right? Like give me very specific things, generate those files and the plan to follow. But then once it finishes, then I switch to Codex, for example, like 5.3 Codex or any other, what I would call lesser model. Because as Joe mentioned, like we don't need all the thinking power all the time. And actually even humans don't do that. You sit down, you think about the problem really hard. But once you get the idea, you don't go your whole day, focusing on thinking every single step you do. You go ahead and go in automatic mode mostly.
Let's equate it to still with the automator when how we were doing stuff before. We talked to you about laying out the plan, and we all, interesting enough, kind of also discuss it. But you hand it off to Irfan to actually do the work, right?
Right.
Because he's capable in doing the work. It's and there's nothing against Irfan either. This is why I've been telling Ryan, and I've been telling you guys too, right? Coming up with the strategy amongst a couple people instead of just one, it seems to always lend a better plan, right?
100%.
Every time now when I'm outlining or I think of a new feature I want to add, I let Claude generate a strategy, and then I push it to the Ask Guru to Open Router to get feedback from the other models, because it costs nothing. It's so little. It's ridiculous, right? And every time it's like, hey, we caught, this guy caught a few ideas I didn't think about, right? And it's really good.